Hey guys, Seeney here, and welcome to another episode on the Australian Wealth channel. And in this episode, I want to talk about how I managed to generate a $200,000 plus income for myself in my 20s. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about how I managed to generate an income that was in excess of $200,000 a year in my 20s. I'm currently 29. I wanted to impart this information because I believe it can be really helpful for someone out there that's looking to improve their situation in life. It's not to brag or anything like that. I just really want to be able to help people. I think there's a lot of information that I've learned along the way that will be able to help people. So that's why I'm making this particular video. So there's going to be a lot of value in this video, so please make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Helps to get these videos out to more people, and hopefully that means that more people can help to better their situation. So I think there's a familiar story for a lot of people that end up earning a lot of money every year, and that is a point where things have to change. You know, there was a point in my life where I just didn't really have much money at all. And, you know, I was really restricted to what I could do because of that money. So I knew that there was a point where things had to change. You know, I couldn't get ahead just working your standard job. You know, it's enough to survive, but it wasn't really enough to thrive and get myself ahead. So I knew that something had to change and I had to find a way to earn more money. And there's a couple different ways you can do this. Obviously, you can find a job that pays more or you can work more hours. They're the two simple things, but it's easier said than done. So I wanted to talk about how I did this. I started doing a lot of research online about what it would actually take to earn a higher income. And there's a lot of different things that go into earning a higher income, but in the most simple form, it really is about becoming a specialist. So whether that be like say a doctor and you're working for someone, or you become an entrepreneur that solves people's problems. I thought that definitely for me, that the best way to increase my income was going to be to solve people's problems. And that way you don't have to spend money on an expensive degree. It's much easier to get in there faster. Plus the scope is much broader. So the most important thing that I've realized when it comes to business is solving people's problems. And this year that has become incredibly apparent. Even during this pandemic, I've managed to increase my earnings even more through solving people's problems. Now, if anyone's watched the channel, they know that my field is video production. Now, for obvious reasons, it's been really important for people to get information out this year, and they haven't been able to do it in person. So being able to deliver that information through video has become incredibly important. So as a result, I've gone and I've solved people's problems who didn't previously have those problems, but now it's much more important that they solve them in this way. So that was why I started the business, because this began before the pandemic. You know, I started the business to solve people's problems, to deliver value to them. I think one of the most important things, which is something that Elon Musk talks about as well, is that the product needs to be fantastic. Tesla spends no money on advertising at all because they wanted to take all of that money and put it into the R&D. And that's pretty much the same as what I ended up doing anyway. You know, I haven't really spent any money on advertising at all. You know, I've just used the power of social media and great content to do all of that heavy lifting for me. So I worked really hard to make sure that everything was slick. You know, the videos looked fantastic, the product was fantastic, the branding was great across all of the social media platforms, and I've continued to do that day after day. One of the most important things is to be continually improving and doing better. And you'll know that you're doing this right because people will start to copy you. You know, you'll become a leader in the particular area that you are in business and people start to copy you. So if you're continually innovating, you are ahead of the competition and people are always trying to catch up. So I did this by putting out content that was really engaging and the artists loved and could really see it was going to create value for them and their brands. And then of course, leading from that, it was very important when growing the business to expand and have multiple growth vectors. You know, it's very hard for a business to continue growing year after year if they've only just got the one thing that they do. But I found it really important to expand and have multiple growth vectors. We started doing music videos, and then on top of that, we've gone into corporate videos, and since then we've worked with councils, businesses, schools, a heap of different areas, and it has just showed the importance and the power of video. And we are continuing to expand into different market segments. So it's really important to have multiple growth vectors with your business. You know, it's great to do one thing really well, and that's fantastic, but I think it's really important to be looking at different things that you can also do really well and be a market leader in. And that's going to lead to so much additional growth for the business. You know, that's resulted in years where we've grown 50, 75% in a year. So I've talked about value, but I think it's really important that you over deliver on value. So when we get booked for a job, whether it be like a job for a council or whether it be a music video, we're booked to shoot the video, but what we also deliver is some great photos from behind the scenes, so that not only do the artists or the council get to use these photos that are really high quality, but it also pushes our business to their audience as well through the power of social media. So that is something that I believe is really important, is to be able to use the networks that you have and their networks on top for continuing to grow the business. So over delivering on value is incredibly important. And the second thing, which I think so many businesses, this is what ruins them, is that their overheads are too high. I was very conscious about keeping my overheads low. Obviously there was a little bit of initial setup cost. You know, good cameras are expensive and there is some cost there, but my overheads are really low because I do pretty much all of the work that I can. You know, a lot of people talk about freeing up time, and you know what? Sometimes that's good, but I've found the way to maximize my personal income is to do as much work as possible. And this is not right for everyone. You know, some people like a little bit more free time, but other people like to work hard. For myself, I love to put in the hours and get a lot of stuff done. So for me, that was the way to go. And that was something that also kept my overheads really low. And then over time, I built a reputation for quality. So the reason that people trust in a business is because they continually develop quality content, or they continually develop a quality service, and they continually do it. So over time, if you continually do this, then your reputation continues to build. I've used continue a lot of times in this particular sentence, but I think the importance of having continuity and having a service that is consistently quality is very important and cannot be overstated in this particular video. So that has led to having an income of in excess of 200,000. I think we did roughly 250,000 in the last financial year, which has been great. We're looking to expand that even further, as you know, we can always learn more and get better. And you know, the answer might be scaling up, it might be handing off some jobs to other people. But at the moment, things are working really well. So I just wanted to share this story, and hopefully there's some tips in there which are really helpful for people that are looking to start their own business or are looking to earn a little bit more money. And you know, hopefully these things can help you. I really hope they do. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps to get these videos out to more people. So hopefully they can improve their situation. So thank you guys so much for listening to my story, and we'll see you later.